For those of you who don't know me, my name is Reed-Enever. I am the founder of Business Business Business, ThoughtSpot PR and Media Connections. I am here today to take you on a behind-the-scenes tour of Media Connection, of MeetEgdar. I'd like to take you on a behind-the-scenes tour of Media Connections as well, but we might do that another day. The reason that I have put this tool together is because one of my 52-week marketing challenge members, Sarah, asked me, how do you get in and use MeetEgdar after attending the webinar? And a couple of our members had asked the same question. So this is why today's tutorial exists. How do you get in and use MeetEgdar? Now, MeetEgdar is a social media tool that allows you to program evergreen content. So it allows you to take images, memes, spreadsheets, RSS feeds, create different post ideas, and create a whole heap of content. It is a tool that is incredibly simple to use once you know how to use it, and very, very effective for you to use once you know how to use it. But it does take a little bit of time to get over it. And MeetEgdar is one of those tools that I most probably couldn't get my head around to begin with because I overcomplicated it. I didn't actually look at the simplicity of it. So when we're using MeetEgdar, we just need to understand that we start with the simplicity. Everything starts with categories and then moves out from there. So it's about getting your categories in, then getting your content in, then getting all of that sort of stuff in. So I'm going to duck off screen now, and hopefully I've got everything. You don't even see my email. Hopefully I'm just going to close off the screen so that I've only got the screens that we need open, which is MeetEgdar, ready to go. Okay, and I'm going to screen share. So I'm just going to need someone to tell me in a minute. I won't be able to see chat when I'm screen sharing with you guys. I'll come back and have a look at questions, but let me know if you need anything from me. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing my little web browser. Okay, can you see my screen, everyone? Can you just let me know? Just give me a little chat in the chat box and let it light up. If you've got a question, pop it into the Q&A box and I will answer it for you along the way. Okay. Hopefully you can see my screen. It says I'm sharing it. One more. Chat. Oh, yay. Okay. Oh, I can get the chat in the bar. Okay. Yep, you can see my screen. Okay, beautiful. What you're actually seeing here is something right now that is a spreadsheet full of ideas, banks, posts that I actually haven't used for a while, but we're going to reuse it for Media Connections. And what I want to show you is how that evergreen content can help you get out there and share different stuff out there. So first of all, I am going to go to MeetEgdar, which is the platform. And for those of you who didn't get the sign up link in the webinar, in the details, I'll put a sign up link in here for you very, very shortly, because I'm sure Megan and those guys would love to know that you've been here. And, you know, once again, we've had Megan on telling us, the principles of how to get really good social media action. This one in particular is going to come in and show you the rest of it. So this is my MeetEgdar dashboard. This is my queue. It comes up with a little notification if I need it. And all of those things from there is where I am right now, showing you where I'm going. I'm just going to move this down here so I can see where I am. So when we come to the MeetEgdar point of view, it all starts here. It starts here on the categories tab. Sorry guys, I am organising a mum's lunch and I forgot to turn Facebook notifications off before training this one. So it starts with the categories. And the categories are all based here. Well, actually, it starts most probably. Now let's go. We go back to the real start. It actually starts with your accounts. You need to connect your social media account. So you can see here that I've got my Facebook account connected. Then I've got different groups connected under that one, and our pages connected under those. I've got my LinkedIn profile with the business pages connected. I've got my Twitter profiles for the 3 accounts. Now we actually have 2 separate MeetEgdar accounts. We have one for me and one for Clive Stuff, which manages Clive and Family Capers, because there's a different mindset. And, you know, just for our point of view, it's about not having the tone go over incorrectly. So here is where we are now. So you can connect with a Facebook group or page. You can do Instagram if you're an iOS person. So if you're an Apple person, you can connect Twitter, and you can connect a LinkedIn company page as well. So you start by connecting your accounts. And you've got a limit on MeetEgdar of 25 social accounts. So it's 25 groups, pages, all of those sorts of things. So it's not the social account you see up the top, but it is something you can see further on down the track from there. So it's definitely a case of allowing you to be able to get in and set this up. So from here you can see the LinkedIn, the Facebook, the Twitter. So you got 3 there, and then the count comes down from down here, down underneath here as well. Right, so after that, after you set your accounts up, the next space you need to go is the categories, and you need to think about, how am I going to talk in social media? So I'm just waiting for it to come up so I can show you how we're going to do the categories. Come on, categories. Okay, so here is my categories page. Now you can set up a and I'll show you how to add a new category because we'll add one very shortly. And I might see if I can actually find the PR tips so that's there. So you can see I've actually got categories set up here that I haven't got content in yet. So I've got personal invites, I've got general invites, I've got workshop third-party invites, I've got PR tips and media connections, we've got our reviews and giveaways at one, which I'm going to show you how I bring an RSS feed across and it creates posts for me automatically. We've got our promotional content in there. So I actually have used some of those posts that I was going to look at putting in today. We've got our promotional content in there with eight categories in there. So it's about thinking about your categories, and then your categories are what are going to come and you'll add your content to and what you'll make your schedule from. So once you've got your categories set, and you can keep adding categories, and you can see some say not included in random, some say included in random. So when you set up a schedule, you can actually just set up a schedule, which is a random based schedule from there. So actually on the accounts point of view, I'm going to go and add one more account this morning. So I'll add one more account so you can see how that's going, because I don't think I have the ThoughtSpot PR Twitter added in here. So I'm going to add new account. Bear with me. We're going to add a new Twitter profile. Okay. And I'm going to show you how we do a couple of things in here. Now, one of the tools that I use on a regular basis is LastPass. So it's going to remember all the passwords, which is why you can see a big drop down list pop in here. And I'm going to hope that ThoughtSpot PR one that I've got in here is right and active. Okay, so I've just added the Twitter profile for ThoughtSpot PR as we're going along here. So it's being added now. And the reason I've added that one today, guys, is so I can show you how I'm about to create a new schedule. So we've got our categories, as I mentioned, over here. So the categories are going to be what draws for the content for the schedule. And then I'm going to go over to the schedule over here. Okay. So schedule over here, it's going to be a mess when we first get there because you're going to see all of my content and all of the accounts buttons. Okay. This button here. Now see, it tells me really well. This is what I love about MeetEgdar. It tells me I don't have something for ThoughtSpot PR and I don't have anything for the 52-week marketing challenge. So I could create a random schedule in there. Now, at the moment, I've been delivering my challenge group stuff very, very manually. So I might look at automating that over the next little while as well. So I can choose to show only accounts. So I can choose to show Facebook group, a Twitter account, whatever one I'm looking for. So I'm going to go to the ThoughtSpot PR one, which is completely blank at the moment. And I'm going to show you how you can quickly add a time slot. So we don't have a time slot for ThoughtSpot PR, so I can add a default schedule for it. So I can just click here and add a default schedule for it. Okay. And then that is going to put in a schedule of all the posts for ThoughtSpot PR Twitter. So at the moment, it just is going to pick random. Okay, it's going to pick random posts out there from my Twitter newsfeed or those sorts of things. So if I want it to go and pick a category, I need to, first of all, go and drop down the category list from here. So I might choose the 5-minute marketing tip videos on YouTube and hit save. So then it's going to grab the category from there. So this is now where your categories come into play. I can leave it on random and it'll pick up anything random, or I can make the category come in. So I might go, my memes as well, going out via ThoughtSpot PR. So it's then grabbing the categories for me and categorizing it up. If I wanted to add one in a time slot of my own, saying that I know that 6 a.m. on a Thursday morning is a really good time for me to tweet people, then I've got the ThoughtSpot PR Twitter down there. If I wanted to add any of the others, it's just a matter of clicking on any of these boxes and adding it. So Thursday at 7 a.m. and I might pop that Ask Linda YouTube video in that one. Okay. That's how the categories then become part of your schedule. So you select the social profile, you select the option out there, and as you create content, it will start getting selected to it. The queue that you can see over here is then how that content gets delivered out. And I'll show you how to start adding some content very shortly. The queue over here is how the content actually gets delivered out. So you can see that scheduled for 2 o'clock this afternoon is a 5-minute marketing tip going out from me from BUEB. on LinkedIn at 2 o'clock this afternoon, I've got a blog post going out. In Media Connections, we've got an available for interview profile out. In BBB tomorrow, we've got an article going out, a Good Business Reads one. We've got Taking Our Pride in Media Connections. We've got promo posts going out. We've got skills webinars going out. We've got different promotional stuff going out. So you can see here now how our categories are coming out and what content is actually going to be going out to BBB. So my MEMS, where it's going out, what's going out on what area. But then we've got our categories started, and obviously we started our schedule. So jumping then into the library, and this is where the library comes into play for you. And the library is all of your content. It's where you can create content. It's where you can set up RSS feeds to come in and all of those sorts of things. So you can see my library here. I can now filter down by any of those categories and any of those social media networks. So if I wanted to look at 5-minute marketing videos, I don't think I've got this category actually active yet. I've got loaded videos ready to go out over the next little while with different 5-minute marketing videos and 3 variations on each topic going out with that video. So when you load a video or you load a mem, you've got the opportunity to put 3 different steps in there. I have some pending content here, which is generated via RSS feed. And I'll show you how to set up one of those in a minute. We're going to clear the filter because you can't see it otherwise. The pending content is coming in from my blog, coming in from Media Connections, coming in from our social media, coming in from BBB, and I'm just hoping that it'll bring it all up. Come on, let's just hit the refresh page. It's just taking a little while here. So the pending content that we have is coming in from RSS feeds across a number of areas, and I'm going to show you how I would create one of those to go into the category, and then I'll actually show you how I'm about to bring the ThoughtSpot releases over into MeetEgdar as well. Okay. Come on. Why I'm waiting for this, I'm just going to go to Media Connections and bring up the ThoughtSpot newsroom so that I've got that feed ready to go. Any questions so far, guys, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer them as we go along, but I'm hoping that I'm able to share this with you in the best way possible. Okay, so the pending library, yay, it's here, it's loaded. The pending library here is we've got a feed of BBB, we've got a feed of articles coming in, we've got a feed of press releases coming in, and then it's just a matter of me editing or rejecting this to approve it. So from an Edgar point of view, I love this because it allows me to be able to get some good stuff in here. You can see that I've got the tool and a post even here about MeetEgdar. So why not? We are literally, and we had the live training here. Now I'm actually going to reject that because the live training is already going live now. So I'm going to hit reject button. Last thing we need to do is that live training video to be going out and being promoted afterwards. But you can see that we've got stuff here, and we've got this Edgar campaign which talks about MeetEgdar. So I'm going to literally click edit. Now, if it's going out to Facebook, you have to click edit. You just can't click automatically approving, okay? Because you need to go through the process. You need to go put the text in for Facebook. So the box is going to come up here. And this is coming out by me. And you can see down the sidebar here, I've got it selected where it's going to come out. So I actually want this one to go to my Facebook page as well because I love MeetEgdar. I've got LinkedIn, I've got the business company page, so I might even choose that I want it to go to the BBB company page as well. You can only select one Twitter account because of the Twitter agreements out there that they don't want things going out more than once to Twitter. The preview image for this one is not correct, so I'm actually show you how you can do something a little bit different with that. So let's take a screenshot of this baby, and then I'll show you how you can add an image because the featured image is not coming up right for the link. And last thing I want to do is have I like Proposify, but it's not the right one for that particular product we're going to promote. So I'm going to put an image screenshot of the homepage of MeetEgdar in here. I'm going to just capture visible heart. Okay, so hopefully that'll work without grabbing me. Yep, did. Okay, so we're going to pop that in so I can show you how you can edit your post to put some images in as well. So I'm just going to quickly save that image down here. It's going to pop down here in the drop down box and we'll be able to edit it from there. So if I want to have a link preview, I can have the link preview in here, or it doesn't work. The image is I can load an image up here. So I'm just going to click on the load image option. Okay, so I can add a photo. And I'm going to look for our little MeetEgdar page that we just captured, and it's going to load up in the meantime. So that's loading up in the meantime, and I've got the image out there. That does mean now that every Facebook post, every post has to have a link. Oh gosh, I can't type today. Now, that title was okay, but I want people to click on the link. So I am going to type something in like, have we seen what MeetEgdar can do for your social media? And this is going to go out to Twitter and LinkedIn as that text. So I can put hashtags in there like social media, like automation, and those hashtags will go out and it will get the article throughout here. So you then hit the copy button and pop it into Facebook. I'm going to take the hashtags out, so I didn't need to take the hashtags in there. And that's got our first post done. So if I only wanted one post going out, that would be great, but I can auto-generate variations now. So it will then take the content, like Missing Letter does in a lot of ways, it will take the content that I've got in there and actually generate some suggestions for me. Some variation suggestions. Facebook box is left empty, guys. Once again, you need to put the text in for Facebook. That's the big thing. Now, I've got this one set to use once, but this one in particular, I don't want used once. I want it used at all times, and I can choose to set an expiry date for the content. But this is evergreen content. It's not something that's going to expire for me, so I'm not going to worry about it on this one. I'm just going to go through and quickly take these out. I take some of the quote boxes out. You can leave them in or leave them out depending on what you want to do, and get it out there. So we've got 5 different variations right here now for you. And I'm just going to grab this one. And if I wanted to create more, I can actually create more. Just depends on how much text is in your article. So if Edgar thinks it's got more variations after we get to this one, the lovely little octopus that he is, I would see this one in particular. I don't think we measured it over 400 years. I don't particularly want to put that one out, so I'm actually going to click delete on that one. If I don't like it, you can hit delete. And then, you know, it comes down to being able to see there and see what variations suit you. So you don't have to use every variation along the way. So I've just copied and pasted that in there. So we've got 4 variations right there right now, all saved, ready to go. If I wanted to add a variation, I could add a manual one, so I can write one in manually. And if there was more suggestions, if Edgar thought it had more, it would give me the opportunity to generate some more variations. But that's pretty much what it's got for me for this one. So if I wanted to add some manual stuff, if I wanted to talk about it, I can add it all that way. So I hit save and approve, and that goes to my queue and that goes to my library. And those variations will be used during that time. Hang on, I've just got a chat question. Let me go and see if I can get it. So those variations will be used over that time, over the social media channels, and it tends to go into, I like the fact you can do variations for the text. Yeah, I love it. It's so easy, and you know, being able to put different variations out there, especially with videos, you've got different call to action. So quite often we'll get like the social ideas bank I was just showing you at the start. We'll have a social ideas bank and we'll put the different variations in for a workshop. And actually, I can show you the one for the marketing questions answered. I've got to program that baby in today, so I will grab the link in and I'll show you how we've got an ideas bank written, and we'll show you how we can promote something like that with some different text. So that pops it in that way. So that's your pending content. Now, if you wanted to create some content of your own, if you just wanted to grab a blog post or something like that, or like I'm about to, go and grab an Eventbrite link and pop it in. I'll show you how we do those ones as well. I don't think I'm going to type on the go and try and come up with content on the go while my head is this crazy today. But let's go to this one, view. Okay. So I have a new marketing questions answered workshop that we need to start promoting. So I'm going to go in here. Now, all of the content for this is written in third party. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to select the BBB accounts. Now I'm going to write this so it's written in a third party tone. So I'm looking for workshop third party invites. The Facebook page, Do I want immediate connections? Now, bearing in mind that programming to groups won't happen under your page name. It's only going to happen under your name as well, your own name. Now, the ThoughtSpot PR Twitter, no, choose the BBB Twitter. So what I might do is I might choose the ThoughtSpot PR Twitter because we've added it and it's got our new content in there. So I can pop the link in for this. I can pop the link in for the Eventbrite option here, and I can be really lazy and just click auto generate variations from the very, very start, and it will come up with a series of variations for me. So you can see that it's come up with some suggestions about the webinar. So not the webinar, about the workshop that we've got running. Gee, my words today are a little bit ridiculous. So I've gone here and I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, so we've popped that one in and we're going to delete that one out because it's not going to be there. That really doesn't say what the workshop's about, so we'll delete it. You can either ask you questions on the day. Or okay, so we can do that. That one's going to work. So that only, and we're popping this one in now. So pop the link, pop the text into Facebook, and the link preview is going to start to generate down the bottom for me. So the link preview is going to start to come up with the image. Now, in addition, I'm just going to edit this one. Okay. You're seeing how social media goes on the go. So it's given me a good situation here. So I'm just going to say, ask Linda your marketing question in addition to answering it. So this is covering out what. Grammarly's kicking in. Sorry, guys. In addition to answering it, she will share professional insight with a range of tips and hands out marketing questions. So that's given me a really good foundation for a post. And what I've done is just tweaked it up a little bit to take that suggestion. So it's a really good possibility. And I've got an extra space in there, so let's fix that up. This is why I love Grammarly. So popping this one straight across then into the header box here. And this one in marketing questions answered. Makes the most of your workshop. Now I will do a promo video for this one, and I will do an image-based one as well to pop it in to those third-party invites. So just to give you an idea, I'm just going to copy this one in here as well, and I'm going to show you how I would do it with an image so that you can see how you would do that one as well. I'm going to save and add to library. Now this one expires. This one I don't want going out past the 10th of May. So I'm going to hit my expiry date down here, and then MeetEgdar won't send it out past the date. So quickly hit 2019 because 19, going to March and then going through to May. So this is the, sorry, this is 10th of April. I'm pretty sure, yes, 10th of April. So I don't want this going out past the 8th when the ticket sales close. So I'm going to click save and add to library. And it's scheduled and it's not going to go out past that date. Now that is huge for me in particular, who has content like workshops that I don't want being promoted after I've run the event. So that's gone into my queue now. Now, as I mentioned, I would do one with a video, I would do one with an image. So if we hit here, we should be able to hopefully find the marketing questions answered image. So there we go, there's a marketing questions answered image. I'm going to copy and paste the text in from that one here. And then I'm just going to head over to Drive for a second and grab the document that's got some other stuff in it. Marketing. You are really getting an idea of how this all works. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the blurb here. I might have to change some of the webinar text because we've got some social media posts written for when we do this as a webinar. This is a working lunch that we're doing. So we're doing this a little bit differently. So I'm just waiting for those to pop up. Get some third-party text in here. So now because I've got an image, each one of these posts has to have the image. Now, because I've typed this one in straight away, I don't have to add a Facebook and a Twitter version. But if I wanted to, then it's about changing those things around. So I'm just going to pop the link in again down here. Now I could get it to auto-generate some variations for me. And let's give it a shot. Let's see what it comes up with, because it might come up with something different than was suggested last time because it's a computer and it starts to get to know you. No, it came up with the same stuff, but we'll delete them out. But, you know, as it gets to know you, it gets to know what bits you like and what key messages and key statements you want to pop in there. So I've just got the link in now. Actually, we might use that one. We might cancel, keep that one there. Delete that one out. So we're just going to add some variations with the image now. So I'm just going to hit into this document here. So this is our document where we've got a sales copy written. Marketing questions answered. Well, you get to decide the topic by asking you marketing. Okay. Okay, so this is one that the girls have written about me being practically a PR and marketing encyclopedia. So I'm going to go and put that text variation in. So you can get variations where you've got them from. And we'll just put 3 in for this one so that we're not doing it forever. So you can see that I've added the variation in. Once again, because this is one I'm typing in, I don't have to put the Facebook text in. So it's hitting the Facebook generation. So I'm just going to put a call to action here. Now, you can see I've overhit the character limit. So help your business succeed. Now I'm 29 characters over. I'm taking the business names out. So I will take the business names out. And you can see that I've hit the character limit, and that's a really handy feature about Edgar as well too, that it's got that there for you. Okay, so I'm just going to run this one here and quickly catch up. And if I'm going to have to get check me in case I've made mistakes later, because I'm training and trying to teach at the go, and see if I'm going to make mistakes. So let's chuck that one in there, and we can do this now. There is one other feature inside MeetEgdar. You can go save and approve. So you can schedule and send. No, I can't save and approve because I'm not in the account that's got that. Okay, there is one that you can save and approve if you've got the right, if you're doing for most accounts. But I'm just going to, I can send and save now. I can click the use once, and I need to hit the expiry date for this one as well. Hang on, expire contact with specific date. Okay, 2019. Okay. We're going for, I'll go for the 5th, and we'll just click save and add to library, and I'll just get the team to go back and check me later and make sure we've got no mistakes coming out. There's another chat question. Yay, let's answer this one. Can you schedule them at a particular time? Yeah, you can. You can schedule a particular time when you put your schedule in place. So that's where your category comes back into the schedule. I'll show you back in here. So we'll go back to schedule, and I'll show you. So you can either let Edgar decide the time, or you can decide the time, or you can set a specific time for them to go out. But when you've got the category based up, that content will go out, and it normally takes the most recent content first. So the other thing I'm going to do in a minute is go back and actually shuffle that third-party workshops invite queue, because I've got other workshops and I don't want everything else going at the same time. So if I wanted to, all accounts, let's go into the ThoughtSpot PR Twitter one because it's a cleaner one. So here, if I wanted to put in, and I want to say Thursday at 3 o'clock, I want the workshop invites to go out, third-party workshop invites to go out. I just click it and save then, and then it's going to drag from that category. If I only wanted a particular workshops category, like if I only wanted to promote, like when we've got Skill Summit, I would create a category specifically for the Skill Summit and only have those posts going out over that period of time for that area. But you can pick the time, you can play with the time slot, you can have a look at your insights and work out what times are right for you. That comes down to having a look at your insights and working out when's the right time to post. Facebook, Twitter, the whole lot. So hopefully that helps answer that one. Beautiful. Yep, they're based on category, not the individual post. Yep. So unlike Buffer and unlike Hootsuite, it is all based on categories. Your categories come down, and your categories will recycle. Edgar's thing is it will always, you know, if you've got a workshop third-party invites post due to go out, it will recycle an old post if you haven't added new content, unless that content's all expired. And if it's all expired, then it can't use it. And obviously for Twitter, it can only use the variations once, so that will expire. So when you're creating variations, you might want to create, you know, 10 or 15 variations for Twitter. And sometimes you might just write some Twitter only stuff and then some Facebook only stuff just to keep it a little bit different. So hopefully that helps you with that one. So I'm just going to show you now how I would then go to the library. Actually, go to categories. That's where I need to go. Sorry, bear with me. So I've added that new content. Now that new content is going into a campaign that's already out there. It's all going in, and it will be fed up the first because it's the most recent content. So I want to shuffle it around because I want my how to write a media release workshop and all the other stuff that's in that category done around. So if I just bring it up for you, coming through, and I'll tell you in different areas. If I just click here, I'll show you. So in the third-party invites, I'm just going to filter the category so you can see it. And loading here, you can see the marketing questions answered ones are the ones up the top here. Then you've got the other ones that are coming up, the social media content working days and the how to write a media release. So you can see that that's the order that it's about to go out in the library. In the queue, if we go to the queue, you'll be able to see it in the queue, and then I'll show you how to shuffle it so that you can shuffle them around. Come on, in the queue. So when we get to our queue, we can search by category as well. So everything is based off categories. The one thing to take away from today is remember that everything you do in Edgar is based off the category. The category's got to be founded. The category relates to the time, relates to the content that's going to go out. The key to Edgar starts with the categories, everything else that goes after there. So you can see that I've got this queue here ready to go, the third-party invites, and that's going out. If I wanted to pause it, just click the pause queue button. And that stops those posts going out overall. And just giving it time to pause it. And then if I want to unpause it, I just click the unpause button. So that's the other cool thing is you can have a queue full of categories and you can either have it in your schedule or you can pause it and unpause it so that you know that that content's not going out. So the last thing you want to do is if you've got a content worth of spring posts or summer posts, you don't want that content going out when it's not the right season. So you can come in and pause those queues. You don't have to delete it. You don't have to lose all that work of that content you've created. You can come in and pause and delete it. So if I go over to the categories here, because you can see when I put that together, the queue was very much at that point in time coming out with only the latest stuff. So there's going to be times that I want to shuffle it around. I don't want the latest things scheduled. I want it to share different stuff around different areas and even different variations. So they've got a shuffle contents button here, which shuffles it around and shuffles up the content. Now, my top tip from Megan from MeetEgdar is when you want to do this is give it a couple of shuffles to really mix it up. So it should shuffle up quite well. And there's only 11 pieces of content in here, so it shouldn't be a problem too much, but we've given it 3 shuffles. So now if we go back to the queue, you should see that it's not the same content about to come out over all the channels. So if we choose the third-party invites again for that category, when it comes out, it's going to be sharing different posts to different areas. So we've got the learn how to write a media release. Then we've got the marketing questions answered one coming up on this one. Then we've got a Twitter one that's slightly different. So now it's shuffled up that content. So the same content's not going out everywhere. It's grabbing different pieces of content. So this one should have been expired, which I didn't expire. But I will fix that in a moment. Sometimes we put in campaigns and we forget the expiry buttons, and that's just a matter of having a look through the content. So you can see that all of the content is out there now. We've got our expiry dates. I can also see in the queue when that content's due to expire, so that if I wanted to make one of these posts just share now, I could click edit, or actually no, share now. I just hit skip. Sorry, you hit skip now, or you can hit edit and edit the post. And there's an option if you want to share it straight away, just to share straight away. So popping down here. And once again, I can save, I can schedule, send and save, or I can send and save now. So I want to schedule it, send it, save. But if I wanted to send it now and save, I send it now, it saves, it goes out, and then it goes back into the queue again to be reused. So if you want it to go to schedule, just go schedule. Otherwise, you can click that button as well. So one of the handy things about MeetEgdar is you're able to load video to it. You're able to load social media images to it. You can load content to it. Now, video is the only LinkedIn is the only platform that won't allow you to share video via a third-party app. So I have in the category libraries here, as you can see, a YouTube version of video stuff and a 5-minute and a natural version of video. So I've got YouTube ones and then I've got normal ones. The YouTube one goes out with a link, and that helps me for LinkedIn and for Twitter, just to put some different content out there. And the Ask Linda videos, as long as they're under 2 minutes, I think they've got to be for Twitter, go out to my Facebook channel, and that natively. So that's Facebook and all of those sorts of things natively. So that is all there as well. When we want to add new content, adding new content is as simple as adding it from the library button up here and choosing those categories again. So we're once again coming down to the categories that we want to choose, whether we want to add something in from general, and then we can just add our content in as a piece like I did before. Your library has a few more settings in it. So I'm just going to go over to the library now. I'm going to show you how I would grab a RSS feed and pop it in. So I'm just in the back end of Media Connections, hopefully in a second. In the back end, front end. Geez, slow internet. Closing a few tabs, guys, so I can get you a little bit more speed. So any questions so far? Does everyone understand that we've got our categories, we've got all of the stuff happening from there, and then it moves out from there? So I'm just going to quickly go and grab the co-founders, the press releases that we've done yesterday. Chat. Yep, all good. I'm glad. Is this helping you make it clearer for you to see how it all works? Because I know your question was how does it work? And quite often, once you understand the categories are the key to everything, it makes it so much easier. But I know when I first started this, I probably spent 2 hours trying to work my head around how did it work, and I'd overcomplicated it. I'd overcomplicated by the time and hadn't worked out the categories. So I am here on the and yes, you've got the video. See, this is where I'm hoping the Marketing Circle will help everyone too. There is going to be a whole heap of videos here for Marketing Circle members to refer back to. Okay, the other thing is I want to, now that I've added the ThoughtSpot PR account, Twitter account in there, I want to add our press release in our newsroom feed to MeetEgdar so that it's putting in the feed. So I've got our ThoughtSpot PR newsroom here, which has got all of our releases in it. You can see the releases feeding in. I want to go click here and I want to choose feed, and the feed will bring up the gobbledygook, which is an RSS feed. And that's what I'm going to pop into MeetEgdar now, so it starts to bring content into the library for me for ThoughtSpot PR. So we're going to click Control C for that one, and we'll go over here. And I'm going to go pending content. I know, I've got to go import. Bear with me. Sorry, guys. Internet, come on, catch up, catch up, catch up. Okay, so we'll just head over to the import tab, hopefully in a second. Everything's frozen. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Should be able to get to import. Now, import allows you to be able to import via a CSV file. So if you've got an Excel spreadsheet full of social posts that you've had written, you can create it to a CSV file and import it up here. Now you've got learning more about importing a spreadsheet here. Click on this link because it gives you the format that they need the file to come in so that it works out what category it is. So just take you off to this one for a second. You can put your categories in, you can put the post title in, you can put all sorts of things in. So you've got a CSV spreadsheet and then how to import it, and there's some really handy strategies there. So you're putting in the text only content there and the title. If you want to do link shortening, you can put all of that in as well. So really it's one category, the text content, and then the link. So there shouldn't be any content except A and B in those spreadsheets. So when you're importing it, it is, you know, text, the post is you want the post to appear with the link in it and the invitation there and the text there. Now it's only going to work for ones with link previews or text only based stuff. And I wonder if I've got the PR tips in a CSV file, or I can put them in quickly for you. But the other thing that you can import, and what we're going to import now, is an RSS feed. So I'm going to show you the settings that we're going to do. So the RSS feed is obviously recommended because it starts to create generations, it starts talking. So we're going to click Find RSS feed. Now, Edgar will check every 24 hours for you. You just need to come back. So when you sit there, you can have it go directly to your library. So if it's going straight out to Twitter or something, you might want it going directly to the library. I want this one in particular going to, ooh, I don't have a category for this. Okay, so let's go. We've got to go back to categories. I forgot to create a category first. There's one question. Let's go and see if I can get it. Let's go and get it. I've got to create a category first. See, I'm liking that I can teach you live and show you this human mistakes too. Hang on, come on, bring up the chat, bring up the chat. Yeah, it takes a little while with the client approval stuff. I haven't done it for a while, but I get all the images and that sort of stuff, and spreadsheet stuff in the approved, and then just load it all up with the Excel spreadsheet. Now that's the best way to do it. Okay, so I need to add a new category because I can't import stuff for ThoughtSpot releases without the category. Okay, so now do I want to include it in random? Yes, I am, because ThoughtSpot releases. That's going to make the category for me now. Now, when I create the category, I also get the opportunity to be able to choose which social stuff, when I create the import, which ones it goes through to as well. So when you go to ThoughtSpot category here, I can also edit it. And I can just choose the category name. I can't change the color. I want to change the color, but apparently can't. Okay, I was going to be able to change the color. So ThoughtSpot releases is now in there. Now I go back to the import bar. I'm able to bring in the file very shortly of the RSS feed. So now I'll put the RSS feed in here. It's going to click find RSS feed. Now, pretty much every WordPress website allows you to have an RSS feed. So if you've got a blog, you'll be able to do it. Fill in the blanks and work third-party invites. I'm looking for the ThoughtSpot releases category. So there's the category now. Now I can have it pending content, or I can have it go directly to my library. I can have it so it's only used once, that I only want the release going out once. Now, because it's a press release, I do only want it going out once. I just want it to go out one time, give it a tweet out there, or actually, no, with the use once, it just gives it another tweet. It gives it another share that release has gone out there. If I wanted to do a Facebook post, I could do a Facebook post, but I can add the feed right now. Now, I could choose that release just automatically comes into the process. Now, you can see here I've got my YouTube ones coming in from different content. I've got the Ask Linda series coming in. I've got available for interview stuff coming in. I've got press releases. We've got all sorts of different content coming in, and what accounts it happens to be going out to. Especially with Twitter, you could just choose that it goes nicely. So that will then come into my library. It might take a little while to do it, or it might be quick. We never know today. It's always fun like that. It might come back into my library now. Come on, time. Okay, into the pending content. You see my pending content's already gone up by 38. And you can see, yeah, you can see all the releases coming in, and the old ones from the Small Business Skills Summit last year. So what I will be waiting for is press releases that I can use that are currently current. So I can click the little reject button if I don't want to run them. I can hit approve straight away because this is a Twitter campaign. If I really like this one, I can just hit approve straight away, and this one I can hit approve on. And it will just go straight to the Twitter queue. But if I wanted to edit it, I just hit the edit button. So that gives you a bit of an idea of how the RSS feeds work. Let's see if we can get you a CSV file to upload quickly off Google Drive. If I can do that, we'll do that as well. I wrote a few of them for Edgar in the past. I'm wondering if I've still got them that I can use here quickly. Just so you can see how it all works. Come on. Let's open it with the Google Sheets and see if we can get this up to the format that they want. Just so you can see it, guys, and you can see how easy it is to get something through when you've got bulk written tips. So this is a spreadsheet of PR tips that we wrote a long time ago. Yes, you might have seen them come out with a whole heap of memes. So I just need to create a category. Now we're going to create a category in here, if I haven't already got it, called PR tips. Let's see, have we got it? Just going to follow the format size. So the format is A and B. There doesn't need to be any text in there. Bulk in block points. Yep. CSV files limited 100. Okay, so, and we need to optionally, you can place the category like, place all your content, optionally place category like each of these posts. Column B is case specific using my blog post. Okay. Export your spreadsheet as a CSV file. Beautiful. Let's hope that we get all of this right throughout the process here. So I'm going to add the category, PR tips for media connections. So just click the edit button so that I can get the right category as it is and copy and paste it in. The last thing we want to do is get the words wrong. Gee, the internet's gone slow. I'm really sorry about this, guys. Right. PR tips for media connections. There we go. So inside this spreadsheet here, we've got column A. Then we're just going to put column B here. And I'm just going to hit control down. Now the text is all going to come down. I haven't wrapped it. I haven't made it pretty. I'm just going to get it really, really ready to go. So we've got our category there. We've got our things there. And now I'm just going to download the file as a CSV file. So comma separate sheet, and fingers crossed the live import of loading stuff up is going to work out well for us. So what I'm going to go here is go back to the import tab, and I'm going to import this CSV file now, and fingers crossed. It's been a while since I've done one. I haven't actually prepped a CSV file because I normally copy and paste a bunch of content in because we're not bringing in so much content as a CSV file like this. But I'm just going to click here, get ready to click here and go import file. Do not include a red as content, second name may contain the category name. Okay, so we're going to choose the file. Hopefully it's in the right format. And go downloads over here. Here we go. I'm going to click import. And let's hope, fingers crossed with me, it's going to work. Okay, so you can see here I've got the option to click the use it once button now. It's got the categories in there. I didn't put the category in. It looks like I can choose to put the category in. And here you can actually see what accounts I want to bring them in for. So in here, when you're not got multiple accounts like we have, you're not going to have so much stuff happening in it. So I'm actually going to go up the top because it's going to appeal to everyone. So I want that going to the Media Connections brainstorming group, Media Connections Facebook page, the Media Connections LinkedIn, and where's the Media Connections Twitter? So there you go. So that's now going to put this in the queue for the PR tips and import the content in for each one of the PR tips for Media Connections. So we will take it in those areas. And you know what? You might even put that one in the 52-week marketing challenge one so that everyone's getting those tips as well. And they do it at the top because it applies to all categories. But if I did it individually on each row, I could choose individually on each row too. Hit import content, and all of a sudden, that spreadsheet of ideas that I've had sitting in Google Drive for a little while is now doing something. It is now created text posts that are going out in social media. So if I wanted to put hashtags in it, I put it in that comment as well. So that is being uploaded. So if we hit the refresh the page to see the new content, it will come up. And that's now imported that to a category. So we now have a category with content in there. So if you've written social posts in the past or you're writing them for clients, then I would be putting it into a social media bank like that as well. So you can see now that it's all coming up. Now these are all text posts. So there's nothing with an image or anything that we need to worry about right here. But if we wanted to add an image or we wanted to add something, we can always do that. We could always drag and drop an image up. And I'm just going to leave them there for the moment as it is. Apart from that, if you want to delete a category, it's just a matter of going to the categories list and hitting the delete button. If you want to edit posts, you're just going via the library and filtering it, and that will bring everything up, and you can filter and edit a post from there. I'm going to stop the screen share because we're running out of web time, and I'm going to come on screen and ask if I can answer any of your questions, and if I need to bring the screen share back up, I will. I hope that helped, guys. I really do. Has anyone got any questions about Edgar in the process about being able to get there? So glad it did, Sarah. Glad to help you with all of that sort of stuff as much as I can. It is a handy tool. It is about evergreen content. If it was a once-off share, then I might be sharing things things easily. But when you've got evergreen content, you've got things like those PR tips that we uploaded today, when you've got a blog post that's going to have continual value, MeetEgdar has some amazing, amazing power for your business. I popped a link in this morning that you will jump up and sign up into MeetEgdar. When I pop the replay back up onto the BBB website for you later on today, it'll be there. And I'll also load it into the course creation tools and tips, content creation tools and tips course, and our 52-week marketing challenge for those guys who are getting the live training there, so that you can get in there. Oh, good. The evergreen course of yours helped you find yours. Oh, good. I'm glad you loved it. Sarah, you are going to love the marketing circle when it launches. I'm glad you love the evergreen course, the evergreen story ideas. It's huge. And there are different evergreen stuff that you can share. And for those of you who don't know what the Marketing Circle is, I'll pop a link in so you can sign up for that one as well. Actually, I'll go and grab that, so pop it in the chat now. Marketing Circle is going to be a membership base where you get access to all of my courses. And we do trainings like this on a regular basis. So some of my free stuff is starting to disappear. I'm going to be doing more training based around an inner circle, because there's only so much of me, and apparently, need to save my time and my human nature. So I'm just going to grab you the link for that one as well. And there's a wait list for that one. So those who are on the wait list will get to know first what's happening with the Marketing Circle membership. But it's going to basically be a membership where you get access to all of my knowledge, all of my learning courses. You get discounts off the face-to-face courses you do with me, and we do heaps more stuff along the line. So it's, helping you being able to learn online no matter where you are, discounts to workshops, and then we're going to come in and we'll do training sessions like this once a month, and have a marketing Q&A once a month, so you can talk to me about what's happening in your business and can we help you with some marketing along the way on a bit of a group level, and make me a little bit more accessible to everyone at once. So that's the Marketing Circle. If you want to jump in and join the waitlist, and I just realized I just sent it only to panelists, and that means only I see it. So there's a Marketing Circle membership. Guys, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. This is a live training. If you've enjoyed it, please let me know, and we'll look at running a few more throughout the year, whether they're a sign-up option or whether it's an option to jump in on a fee basis through the Marketing Circle or something like that. I'll have a big chat to the team about it. Hopefully you now have a better understanding of how you can use MeetEgdar in your business, and you can go out and create some evergreen content, get some time back in your week, because MeetEgdar did save us time. It saved us around, close to 8 hours a week, which is huge in time in social media content and writing, because we're not remembering to put stuff out there. In fact, we're discovering things like those PR tips and being able to add more content to our library and keep our content fresh. But all you really need to be doing is adding 3 to 4 pieces of new content, evergreen content, to your library each week, and you will keep your library going, and it will grab that good content from the past and it will reshare it for you. So there you go. There's a tool I love. There is MeetEgdar. I hope it helps you, and I will see you around. Oh, and if you haven't already signed up for Stephen's webinar on IP next week, do it. You need to be in the IP webinar. I cannot stress you enough. The time that you spend, the hour you spend with Stephen and I next week is going to be so beneficial for your business, and I'm giving you access to one of Australia's top lawyers free in a webinar. What more could you ask for? And I'll see you there. Bye.